I heard you're a former emo girl.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we have
former.
still.
It's not a phase.
Well, it's cool. No.
It's not a phase.
It's not a phase. Not a phase, Mom. Welcome to Millennial Made. My name is Rod, and I am joined today by fellow Dear Media host, Katie Maloney, host of You're Gonna Love Me. And we are going to talk today about, our emo fantasies, jump back to our Myspace days. Did you have a Myspace?
Of course I did.
Okay, good. Well, you never know.
Oof.
You never know. What describe to me your Myspace profile?
Okay. I think I probably had like a mirror selfie.
Okay.
At one point, but I definitely
like high above, camera angle.
Something like that.
Sure.
But I was always changing it out, and then you had to have like I'm trying to remember what my song was when you end.
That's what I was going to ask.
What
that
was
it says a lot about you.
I know it was probably some kind of maybe My Chemical Romance,
okay,
or
sure.
something like that, or.
Yeah.
Some kind of emo band song.
Yeah.
And then, there was the top 8, which was,
Ooh.
I
think it would humble some people if we brought back a top 8. Some people would be really humble.
Some people need to be humble.
I want, with Elon buying Twitter, I want to see what the bid would be for MySpace. And I feel like we could get enough people to go in and, bring back the old MySpace.
But it needs to be brought back in its true form.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I don't want it to be updated. I want to be able to code myself. That was kind of the beauty of it.
When you could code it, so there would be little hearts falling in the background.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like the first GIF, really. I think I was a wannabe emo. So I think the song that died on my MySpace was Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
Oh, yes.
Your Guardian Angel. And I just remember at the age of 17 just thinking I'm going through it. Or Face Down by them was on my profile at one time, and it's about domestic abuse, and I'm sitting there, sitting there yeah, and then I'm now listening back as an adult is this is concerning. But Cascada also, I would,
Do you remember when you go on and then you had all those notifications, and it was oh my God, the rush of adrenaline you'd get when you had messages and comments and posts and and photo comments. All those notifications were just wow.
Yeah, but now we're living in a world where we get serotonin from notifications. Maybe that's why.
I know. I remember, in high school I had a business tech class that was 2 periods long, and me and my friend making our profiles during that class.
Oh, really?
Totally not supposed to.
But they
didn't block that. They didn't block it.
Good for you. Yeah.
Because that was when it was new. I don't think they were hip to it just yet.
They were. I was blocked at my school, but what wasn't blocked was YouTube. But so we would watch Salad Fingers on our break. Yeah.
E-Bombs World.
Oh my God, E-Bombs World. The guy sitting in his computer chair doing the Numa dance. E-Bombs World was the original TikTok. I think that's why we love TikTok so much. So sorry to get off track. So Katie, tell me a little bit about yourself. So you are my followers. So I know that you're kind of a millennial icon. You're on one of the most beloved millennial shows. You were Vanderpump Rules.
Iconic.
Right? Iconic. It really was. Yeah. So, and then now obviously you have your podcast, You're Gonna Love Me. But what has it been like, this transition from, reality TV to, now just being yourself on the internet?
Yeah. It's pretty seamless because I think I'm myself on, TV. Obviously, I don't get total control of what is out there. A little bit more podcast. I get to say whatever I want there.
Good.
But yeah, it's crazy living my life and putting my relationships and all the drama on TV and growing up on TV.
Yeah.
I started that when I was 20. How old was I? 25, 26.
Wow.
And now I'm 36. So that's a whole decade of my life. And especially in those years where you really kind of become an adult and you make a lot of mistakes and you say and do a lot of stupid stuff.
Our brains aren't fully developed until 30, right? So
well, they say 26, 28, but
I'm still going through it. I think mine is still developing.
Yeah, no, I feel even now, I feel I just kind of went through another growth spurt
Mm-hmm.
of the brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's fun because you get to share your life with people, you get to connect with people, and I feel like, you know, when I get to share more of the less fun aspects of my life and open up those wounds with people,
Mm-hmm.
and be honest, brutally honest with people, you know, that's when you really start to connect. And I think, you know, it can be really lonely and isolating
Mm-hmm.
when you go through certain things, but then when people are like, oh my god, me too, you know, like I like I'm trying to think of going through like body image issues.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And you know, just being open and honest about that, people will reach out. And so I'm like, all right, well, as difficult as that can be, to be like vulnerable about those moments of your life,
Yeah, I
connecting
agree.
with people about that kind of stuff is
Mm-hmm.
I would say rewarding, but it is.
Sure. And I feel bad talking about this as a man sometimes, because I know it's, you know, very, you know, a lot of women go through, but body dysmorphia, I have insane body dysmorphia, you know, especially, you know, being on the internet now and everyone who's viral for just like posting a shirtless video. I'm like, well, I can't do that, so I have to try to be funny, you know. It's so interesting that this is the age we're living in. And I feel like as a millennial too, I never loved like fashion police type shows, because I'm like, at the end of the, unless you did.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
I remember watching it, and
Yeah.
I didn't really get into it.
No, I mean, I think that kind of created this toxic mindset of like, it's okay to be mean on the internet. It's okay to like judge people's bodies or judge what people are wearing or how it fits them. You know, it's like at the end of the day, if they felt confident, especially for a award show, they spent all day getting ready. So they know that they walked out of that room feeling probably the most confident they felt in a long time. And then to go step on a red carpet and have the pressure, it's like, okay, is this outfit going to be on a fashion police, or is it going to be on the internet as highlighted as one of the worst dressed? You know, it's just terrifying.
I mean, I watch it, but I love like the fashion of like red carpet, but just to say like worst dressed or like being like picking it apart, you know, it kind of makes me feel a little dirty, because I know I get picked apart a lot for like what I wear, and people like hate my style, and I'm just like, I don't care, because I like it. I like having like personal style, because I dress for myself.
And that's a true emo girl right there.
Right? Yeah, like I like to wear things because I like the way I feel in it.
Sure.
It's not because it necessarily flatters. Oh, when people want to use that term, dressing for your body, nothing makes me want to throw up in my mouth more.
It's so sad, because I was a stylist for a company that like did like online styling, and I worked mostly with men, but I, you know, did some women clients, and just the education that I had to go through as a man, obviously, to try to, you know, style these women. I was just like, what if they like the piece? It was like, well, you have to, if they look bad, you have to somehow find a way to tell them that they look. I'm like, that's just like such like a toxic mindset to work with. But
because for who's it for?
Exactly.
Like, who's to say that it looks bad?
If they felt good in it, that's all that's important. Truly.
So I'm not sure if you were like me and you were one of the millions who tried to make sourdough within the past couple of years. My sourdough starter actually ended up being a sourdough non-starter. But whichever person you were, we can all agree there's nothing like hot, delicious, fresh baked bread. I'm a bread boy through and through. And what if I told you can get all the flavor with none of the time and work involved, which you can from Wild Grain. So Wild Grain is the first bake from frozen box for artisanal bread. Basically what I did this morning is I went in my freezer, got a loaf of bread, put it in the oven for 20 minutes, which it doesn't take any more than 25 minutes for each loaf of bread that you make, or croissants. And they have amazing rolls, pastries, and even handmade pastas. They use only clean ingredients as well, such as unbleached and non-GMO flour, and they utilize a slow sourdough fermentation process. It's better for you and tastes better than anything you can find at a grocery store. Plus, for every new member, Wild Grain donates 6 meals to the Greater Boston Food Bank, and they've donated over 120,000 meals so far. Here's how it works. You sign up, you choose which type of box you want to get and how often. Then what Wild Grain does is they deliver for free a box of breads, pastas, and pastries with easy to follow instructions. Every time you bake it, it doesn't take any more than 25 minutes directly from frozen, like I mentioned. And if you're traveling, if your freezer's already packed with them, what's nice is you can actually reschedule, skip, or cancel your next shipment. So are you hungry yet? So for a limited time, you can get $30 off your first box, plus free croissants in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/Rod to start your subscription. Again, That's free croissants in every box. I don't know how many times I have to repeat that because that is amazing. And you get $30 off your first box when you go to wildgrain.com/rod, R-O-D. That's wildgrain.com/rod. And you can use promo code @rod at checkout as well.
Okay, so speaking of being an emo girl, I have a question to ask you. Have you been to any Warped Tour shows?
Have I?
Okay, let's hear about it. Because that was like the first big music festival. I know we're just coming off the heels of Coachella. We're entering summer where it's, I don't know when this is going to air, but, music festivals are going wild. But Warped Tour was the first
It was
festival.
The pinnacle of my existence for a long time. Oh, my God, yeah. I used to go, I've been many times.
Okay.
And
best show you saw? Or best artist?
Oh, my God.
Like, how deep of emo were you? Were you like Surface, Paramore, Avril, or were you like...
I mean, I dig that as well.
Yeah.
But no, like deep. Like I was like, I remember going to see like AFI, and then I wanted them to sign my ticket, and then I wanted to give them all hugs.
Okay.
That
did it happen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. And looking back, I was like, probably, I don't like. I was like 16 at the time, and they were like older.
Yeah.
And I remember, I wanted to give like Davey. I really wanted to give like Davey Havoc a hug when they were all like, "Where's my hug?" I'm like,
"Where's my hug?" Ew. Men still use that too. That's dirty.
And then Coheed and Cambria was playing, and some bitch put gum in my hair.
Oh. And then you
won't forget about that.
Yeah.
Who else was even playing? I mean, everyone. We went like early and all day, and it was so. Who was playing that year? This was probably 2003.
Okay, it's like Blink-182, Simple Plan.
Simple Plan, probably Red
Jumpsuit
Apparatus was probably
They're playing at the. Are you gonna go to the
Circus Survive? I think.
Wow.
Maybe this.
I had like one brief thinking I could get into like screamo music, and it was Kyoto's. Do you remember that? Yeah. And I had that on my MySpace profile. My mom made me take it off because she was like concerned, but it was
I was really into like the Used and Seosin and
Seosin. Wow. So you walk into Hot Topic, build your outfit.
It's
2004. What are you shopping at the mall? What are you doing?
I'm gonna do Converse and probably like a pair of black skinny jeans and a layered wife beater. Maybe two colors. Maybe like a hot pink and black.
Yeah, obviously.
And then a studded belt, but not through the belt loops.
No, obviously not.
Obviously not.
Super thick.
Thick and low.
Yeah, of course.
And then bunch of bracelets.
Do you remember those plastic ring bracelets that you would like loop together?
Yeah, exactly.
And they meant different things. I had to do.
I think that came after me. Like the younger generation always has to attach new meanings to things. Like, get out of here. That, and then probably those like ball necklaces.
Yes, that were impossible to put on because you had to like get them into the
little hole,
and then you would pinch yourself.
That. And then I think that would do it.
Okay.
For me.
Good. Yeah. I simple.
You know?
I remember I went into Hot Topic once, like my first time going in. I went to go look for a Killers shirt, and I got judged because it was like the Killers, were pretty mainstream.
Who cares? The Killers were great.
Killers were great, and they still are.
The song Indie Rock and Roll, what was it? Indie Rock and Roll to me.
From Killers, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Brandon Flowers in concert once in Chicago when he was doing his solo tour, and no one listened to like his music that was there, like his solo music. And there were obviously there were fans there, but everyone was like chanting Killers, and he told everyone to stop. He's like, stop asking for Killers music. Is so embarrassing. Are you gonna go to this When We Were Young Fest?
I am.
Do you already have your tickets?
Day 2, yes I am.
Day 2.
Yeah. I was just like was in the queue, and we didn't even know there was a day 2, and next thing you know, I got when I finally got through, it was like, and you're going on the 22nd. I was like,
I guess I'm going then.
I know, I'm really excited.
In Vegas.
Yes.
Which you just told me.
Are you going?
I couldn't get tickets. I was working that day. I still work my corporate job, so it's like kind of difficult to stay on a certain screen for so long. But I'm hoping to go somehow.
I think you'll find a way.
I'm just like, if all of these brands send these influencers, these Gen Z influencers to Coachella, to Lollapalooza, at all these events, like, why can't I be the one that someone sends to When We Were Young Fest?
Yeah.
But hopefully.
I had a music vlog.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in, like, you know, when YouTube was earlier on, you know.
Okay.
And that's when Music Kills Kate, my handle.
Sure.
My screen name.
Music Kills Kate.
My screen name, my handle.
Mm-hmm.
That's an old
millennial
term. Screen name.
What was your screen name? Do you remember?
I was Story of My Life.
Story of My Life? Oh, that's wow! You got that one unlocked. Good for you.
But Life was LYFE.
Yep.
And Story was with an IE.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I had a music vlog where I would go to like shows, or I'd go to practice spaces or whatever, and I like interview like bands.
Oh, cool.
And I do like music mashups. So I'm like, I wish I could like, as Music Kills Kate, revive it and like cover this festival.
Let's pitch it. Let's get a pitch going for us.
Let's do it, okay. And then we could do it together.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be great. Yeah. Okay.
Rod
wow.
and Katie take When We Were Young, and we like live the days when we were young.
Yeah.
We'll go to Hot Topic, get outfits.
Oh, we have to. I did shamelessly. So, do you know who Addison Rae is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know how, you know, a lot of millennials aren't that in tune with Gen Z culture.
I do my best.
Okay, good. But she wore Ed Hardy coming out of Saddle Ranch once. Was shocking.
Oh, well, that would be the place.
Yeah, and the internet like freaked out. But I'm like, she's doing it good. Like, she's doing what she should with Y2K fashion.
What are we talking?
Here, I'll pull it up for you.
What was it? A hat? Was it like a really over the top like t-shirt kind of?
It was. I'll show you. It was a pink t-shirt, I believe. Addison Rae, Ed Hardy. It was a big moment.
I definitely had. I had an Ed Hardy tunic dress that had koi fish on it.
Tunic. I don't think this is.
And I wore the shit out of it.
Here we go.
I'm not mad at that.
No, it's great, and she pulled it off. So you said, you know what I'm gonna do is I went on Ed Hardy's website, and I have 3 Ed Hardy shirts. I've only worn them once, but
you know what? Maybe I need some Ed Hardy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bring it back. Have you seen a trend on the streets that you're like, I cannot believe that this is back, because so much is coming back? I feel like the unanimous consensus seems to be low-rise jeans.
I mean, how low are we talking? And people keep saying that. But here's the thing.
Like Hollister 2006 low.
Yeah.
And another one that is, it seems like Bella Hadid is at the top of the totem pole with this, but is thin eyebrows as well. She's trying to bring back.
I'm not mad at anything. I mean, everything old is new again.
Yeah.
You don't have to participate in any
That's
of the
it.
trends. The thing is, I participate in some trends. I don't participate in all of them. Do whatever you want. I know a lot of people are.
Millennials get up in arms like, well, let me like what I like. It's like, no one's telling you not to.
I know,
it's just like,
but
yeah.
Listen, because Gen Z wants to come after everything else. But listen, I'm not mad, because I still probably have some low. I mean, I don't want, if they're, as long as they're not grazing the pubic bone.
Yes. I think
remember like Britney and Christina had those really, really low rise ones.
Yep. Well, and now that Miu Miu skirt is being everywhere. Have you seen it? The one that's like basically Christina dirty era level mini skirt. It's like low rise and super short.
But the thing is, I always kind of like that back then, so I'm not mad at it now.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm one of those people. While everyone's mad, I'm over here being like,
okay, I try.
Don't look at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I could pull it off, but like,
sure.
I appreciate the look of it.
Yeah. So being, you know, who you are, like you said, you get started when you were 26 on, you know, TV. Were you like a consumer of reality TV before you were on reality TV?
Yeah.
Okay. Like what was your shows that you would watch?
I mean, I loved the Kardashians a whole lot, and I still do, especially like their new sort of reboot on Hulu.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, it's good.
Good.
I mean, I know some people are wondering if it's any different. It just has a fresh new feel to it.
Have you met them?
I've met Chloe. She's the only one.
She seems the most kind of like accessible.
She's really amazing. She's really sweet. And I've heard they all are. But I always watched the Kardashians, and then I watched shows. I don't watch it as much anymore, but I watched like The Bachelor, and I watched, you know.
Did you watch like Rock of Love or like?
Sometimes I remember watching like Flavor
Flav, yeah.
And the Real World,
Oh
of
my
course.
God.
And I watched Laguna Beach and The Hills. And
I feel like TikTok now with these like content houses is kind of like a new Real World. You know,
Yeah,
like you see the Hype and Sway houses.
Yeah, one of our producers worked on Hype House.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
She's not on our show anymore, but she worked on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. So what is, I guess, one thing people who have watched you, you know, like you said, grow up, what is one thing that you would want people to know that they don't see on camera?
Oh, I mean, what you see it's real. It's not scripted. It would be a lot easier if it was, because that's embarrassing. But, but I mean, think about it. We're very complex creatures. It would be impossible to show someone in their entirety. So sometimes, you know, you become very one note when you're trying to tell a story of what's happening. So yeah, sometimes you kind of go into a little box, and the way you respond to things and conflict will put you there. So I feel like often the way I respond to things is sort of very like no bullshit, or I often don't have a lot of patience for that kind of stuff. So I come across kind of bitchy sometimes.
But that's your whole thing is like, you're gonna love me at the end of it. So
but I'm not. But like it's just like, that's just kind of like how I approach things. It doesn't mean I don't care or I don't anything. So I mean, I think just sometimes if people can approach it like, okay, well, this is just this particular reaction to this whole thing. It's just like, I think just kind of thinking about like, people are complex.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course. I'm kind of going through that now because I'm not on a scope that you are on, but I feel like being a content creator is its own version of being a reality star, because people are I'm showing a part of my life.
Yeah.
You know, and that's my workspace and that's my mental health. But then people feel entitled to know everything about my life from that. You know.
Yeah, they want access.
And it's so frustrating. Like, and for what? Like, I don't talk about all the rest of that stuff that they want to know about. They're trying to figure out. And so at the end of the day, it's just the society we live in, I guess, of needing to know everything.
I know.
Yeah.
It's par for the course. Yeah. And you just got to be a little thick-skinned about it and just take it sort of just at face value. You know, you can't subscribe to all of it, I guess. Truly. And you have to understand. It's hard not to. I definitely catch myself sometimes.
Yeah, of course. And for every troll, there's 20 people who love you, you know.
I know, but we always want to fixate on one negative thing.
I do that in every part of my life. So I talk about the corporate workspace on the internet. That's like my whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's crazy to see how, like, I'm shocked that I'm like, why is this one troll getting to me? But I'm the same way in my office job, where if I get 10 pieces of good feedback, if they give me one criticism, I'm like, I suck at my job and I'm quitting, you know. But it's like, that's not how the world works, you know. And in order to grow, you have to take everything as a learning experience. So kind of going off that as well, just in relationship to your mental health and all of that, how do you stay grounded, you know, outside of, you know, the trolls, or just maybe you had a crazy day at work, or there was something really intense happen on the show? Or you rewatch? I know a lot of people that I've talked to who are reality stars rewatch the show and they're like, geez, you know, how do you stay grounded?
I mean, not well.
Yeah.
I just try to, honestly, that's a really good question. I don't know how I do. I feel like sometimes I'm not, but I am, I guess. I think, therapy.
Yeah, therapy's good. Good.
Yeah,
that's to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you do rewatch it. I think you have to just do like the mental check of like, okay, like I've already addressed this. I've talked to this. You check. You have to like check in with yourself constantly and just like not spiral and not do the feedback loops and not like dwell and sit in those things as easy as it could be. You know, because I will absolutely do that. I remember having lived through the filming process, and it can get really heightened emotionally, mentally, physically draining of it all. And then when you go back and watch it, and now you're getting feedback from the audience watching it, and it can put a different spin on things sometimes. But you know, you have to just be like, okay, I lived the experience. I've already been through it once. I'm not going to put myself through it again. I've already processed it. You have to let it go.
Of course.
Try to let it pass through you, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. I think one thing that always helps me is just knowing that, you know, at the end of the day, first of all, unless you're saving a life, like, you're not saving lives, you know. It's like, so people want to act like you are, like, that's the position that you're in or the level that you're at. But at the end of the day, if you know that you went into every day doing the best that you can and being the best person that you're able to be, that's all you can ask for. You know, why would you want to be someone else that you're not? Yeah.
Manage expectations.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I know that the audience is dying for you to answer this question. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Ooh, I feel like, okay, so first, or just, I mean, there was,
give us a couple.
Range. Okay.
Give us each phase of your life.
I remember, okay, the first
we got time.
I can remember would be Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Ooh, way back.
Oof, he was so cute.
His first, like, paparazzi photo since, like, the 90s was released recently. It's just
was
crazy.
It the one of him at that restaurant?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then and kind of the same thing where trolls were like, have you seen Jonathan Taylor Thomas? And I'm like, yeah, he's in his 50s. Like, what do you want from him?
Let him
like,
live.
Yeah, he's like, he's aged. It's
Oh
like, that's what people do.
I remember watching like Home Improvement, and my family all knew I had a crush on him, and every time he come on screen, they'd be like, ooh, and I'm like,
leave me alone.
Yeah, I loved him. And who else? Oh, and then of course there's all like the, you know, boy banders. I loved like AJ from Backstreet Boys.
Oh, man.
And, you know, like JC from NSYNC.
Ooh, so you were JC.
Yeah.
JC over JT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly.
He was, hot take, he was more talented as well. He was supposed to, that's the whole thing. With,
I know.
Did you watch the Britney doc?
Which one?
On Hulu. It was the...
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing, is obviously it was shown that, like, put into light that JT's the backbone of his career was Britney Spears, you know, his relationship with Britney Spears, where I heard that JC was supposed to be the front man, but then Justin Timberlake started dating Britney, and then it became, I know.
He got robbed. That is so unfortunate.
And then he did that, what's that show, the dance show on MTV, he did that. Like the group dance, the Jabberwockies came from. Forgot the name of it. We'll find it later. But that's why he went to do it. And he's probably still successful, but, you know. Just that sucked to hear and just know. It's like, man, because like "Tell Me Baby" is my favorite NSYNC song. It was like tell me baby. Yeah.
I also was a Lance girl too. I liked Lance a lot.
Good.
I know.
And now that you kind of have a relation to him through Lisa, so
I know because he officiated Jackson Brittany's wedding, and I was Brittany's one of her maid of honors, and I gave a speech, and I was like, this feels like a dream come true for me, because this will actually be the closest I ever get to marrying Lance.
Because you're both up there. And you're not as tight.
It was I got some laughs out of that one, but yeah, no,
he's so nice.
I had all the crushes, and and then I had all the emo crushes too.
Did you like like Chad Michael Murray TV show crushes, like that era?
Oh, on like the CW.
Yeah, One Tree Hill. Yeah, CW crush. I had a big crush on the girl who was on Smallville. I think her name's Kristen something.
Oh, were you okay? Were you a Dean or Jesse? Which from
Jess?
Gilmore
Oh,
Girls.
I have strong opinions on Gilmore Girls. No, I have seen the show 7 times through.
It's so good.
I was actually just talking to my producer Christiana about that. We're gonna do a whole Gilmore Girls episode. I have so many thoughts on it. So you're familiar with the show?
Yeah.
Okay, this episode is about to take a hard turn. Okay. Gilmore Girls, it's not even a hot take. It's a take. Dean is toxic as hell.
Yeah.
Well, Rory was toxic.
Well,
yeah.
She was a bit much.
Yeah, I was Team Jess. I think Jess Jess was a bad boy, but he had a really, hard upbringing, and and he did want the best for Rory. And at the end, he had a lot of redeeming characteristics. He was like, Rory, are you sure you want to be doing this with your life and stuff like that? And he obviously wanted the best for her. Yeah. Logan was just better, like it or not, an F boy. Like he literally just was just a playboy. But Dean gaslit her, and then gaslit his wife.
Yes.
And then Rory, it was somehow we felt like the wife was the enemy. It was crazy to watch.
I love that take. Yeah.
Yeah. But who's your favorite Lorelai boyfriend? Was it Luke?
I liked Luke. I would have. Yeah.
See, I liked Max more.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Luke was sexy.
Okay. Yeah. Scott, what's his face? Did you watch the reboot?
Yeah, of course.
Thoughts on it?
I like
really.
Well,
it's just
because
nostalgic.
yeah. When it's nostalgia, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Did you find the same for the Sex and the City reboot?
Oh yes.
Okay, so
I thought I was alone, and I rallied, and I debated heavily for that show.
Really?
Yeah, because people were such haters.
Oh, so did you think Miranda's character was okay?
Yes, because I felt like it was where she was at presently.
Okay.
You know, you got to meet these people where they are now, not where they were almost 20 years ago when the show ended. You got to think about how people, you know,
evolve and grow.
Evolve or don't, or, you know.
Well, then here's my other question for you. Thoughts on how they portrayed Steve as this like annoying old geriatric person all of a sudden?
Well, I love Steve.
Oh, me too. That's what's so upsetting.
But his, like the actor that plays him actually wears hearing aids now.
Yeah.
So it's not like a huge departure from where that person is in their real life now. Mm-hmm. But again, it's like some people just want to new, you know, seasons of their life and want change and want to like have excitement, and some people are fine just sitting on the couch.
I just saw an article that I'm really excited for, because I think what they did a good job too is like a lot of shows, when they make a movie, they don't address the movie, they kind of like override the movies, but I think the movies were a big part of the like reignition of the franchise. And they rumor has it that Jennifer Hudson's gonna be the next season. Yeah,
I just got like chills.
Yeah, because she was a good she was the best part of the first movie.
Yeah. And I like the way they handled I know a lot of people had hot takes on it, but the way they handled the Samantha of it all.
You liked that?
Yes, because they could have just been like, she's dead. or just like not.
I think they could have been a better story though.
But they listen. They had to work with what they had. But I like that they always kind of like had like, you know,
the texting at the end.
The text at the end, and like it kind of like
they did a good job of thinking that she was going to
life.
come back. Yeah, you know, even to the last second of the episode, I was ready to see her come through.
But like, listen, maybe it could happen.
Maybe they have a big reconciliation. Yeah, it'll be on this podcast. I will mediate.
Yes,
I will mediate their reunion. Cool. All right. So before we go, I do want to ask the Magic 8 Ball some questions. Okay. What are you manifesting for yourself this summer? Do you believe in manifestation?
Yeah, of course.
How do you manifest? What's your process for manifestation? I know a lot of people.
Like, you know, I do like affirmation kind of things, like, you know, hype myself up.
Cool. How do you hype yourself up? Is it listening to music?
Yeah, listen to music, or like I talk to myself in the car.
Good.
I'm one of those people that like is in the car conversating out loud to myself. That's where I do you ever talk? That's where I do my best work.
Do you ever talk to yourself in the car and then you look over and you see someone and then you pretend like you're talking on the phone? Like sometimes I'll like be talking to myself in the car and then I'll look over and be like, so anyways, yeah, that was like, and then because I'm just so embarrassed.
I just keep talking. Like because Bluetooth and everything.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I just keep talking.
Yeah.
And like I don't care.
Do you go through fake arguments?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I do that in the shower all the time. And like the shower's been an hour.
Absolutely. That's again, you gotta.
For me though, it's not upcoming.
Audition it.
Exactly. Well, for me, it's not upcoming arguments. For me, it's past arguments. Like that, I shouldn't spend my time trying to reignite an argument in my head that I'm like, well, I should have said this, but
it's both.
But it's both.
It's all the things, and it's like I've been told you shouldn't do that, but I'm like, but it's so fun.
Yeah,
it's like my little sport.
Yeah,
it's like what I do, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's important to manifest.
Cool.
You know.
Well, this is how I manifest.
Oh.
Okay. So it's not really, but
so millennial of you.
Exactly. Well, welcome to Millennial Made. Okay. What are you manifesting for the summer 2022?
I'm manifesting happiness and abundance.
Yes, definitely.
Oh.
Great. I'm manifesting. I need to manifest for this weekend because I'm going to an event and I heard that she's going to be there. Will I meet Paris Hilton?
Oh.
I'm manifesting to meet Paris Hilton. Outlook is good.
I met her.
How was it?
Amazing.
Good.
She said she really liked my hair, and I was
and then you start crying. That's what you can do.
Well, you know how people always say that she's like one of the nicest people. Like she was genuinely like this sweet, and it was like for less than a minute, but like in that minute, she was honestly the nicest person. I was like, it's true.
That's true. All the rumors are true.
I hope you meet her.
Yeah, I hope I meet her too. Have you watched her documentary on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Amazing. Everyone I ask is like, no. I'm like, watch it. Because for me at least, I wasn't aware that her whole like simple life persona was a character. But that's not how she is in real life. It's not even how she talks, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like she kind of like goes in and out of it.
She deserves an Oscar, you know?
Yeah.
But cool. All right, so Katie, tell me a little bit about your podcast before we head out here.
Yeah, my podcast is called You're Gonna Love Me, and I think it's kind of goes off the fact that you can have an opinion of someone or of yourself even, and we like to judge other people. We like to judge ourselves even. But once we can kind of let down the walls and have conversations and get to know one another a little bit more, we love each other.
Yeah, you're true yourself. Yeah. First impressions aren't everything. I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
Firm believer in that. So that's
great. We have a lot more in common.
Yes.
And relate to one another more than we can realize if we just allow it.
And I think it's fine if you don't relate to others too.
That's fine too.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, we gotta give it a little bit of time.
Exactly. Yeah. Of course. Love that. And then what else? Social media, obviously.
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah. There's we're hoping for another season of Vanderpump Rules. We'll find out. And then, I go on the Instagram.
Great.
The Music Kills Kate. And, I go on TikTok, but I'm mostly a creep on there. I creep around and look at other people's TikToks.
Good to know.
I'm not a creep, but I mean, I mostly spectate.
You're a troll. Faceless profile.
I spectate mostly. Sometimes I post.
It's a very millennial thing to do.
I know. It's really,
it just came out that over half the users are over 30 on
That's
TikTok.
what's up.
It's what's up. Yeah, and now Gen Z hates that. Cool. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast today.
Thank you.
If you guys, actually, we would be very curious to know your first screen names, so please comment them below. Like and subscribe. And if you're listening, thank you so much for listening. Head over to YouTube as well to watch, or just give us a rating. And Katie, thank you so much for being on Millennial Made today.
Yeah, thank you.